Okay, here we are in the Guama Quarry that they are using this fantastic rock that is Indianbrite, a welded Indianbrite. The origin of this rock is in the Plinian eruption, the column that rises 10, 15, 40 kilometers high, when collapses, flows into the terrain and gets so hot that they get compressed. Some of these parts of the rock are compressing what is called fiamme. You see here, the fiamma. And they are so welded that they have what is called the intragranular fracture. So instead, normally when this is not very well welded, the fracture will come around this part. But when it's very welded, it doesn't matter, so it crosses across the lithic fragments.
That's a very beautiful example of the fiamme breaking, and not around there. So it's not the rigidity of the glass that matters. It's the welding is stronger than the glass.
The rock is stronger than the previous
this is very
rock.
good.
These are previous rock also.
Fantastic. And here you can also see the fiamme kind of in a cut which is parallel to the flow direction, while
exactly, the deposit is still very hot and compacted.
And here when we look at the lower surface, then you see it's kind of pizza shaped.
Exactly.
And on the other side here, just going around 90
and
degrees, it's flat.
Exactly,
so
flat.
These fiamme are in 3D, really like little pizzas, you know, they're flat and wide
like
and wonderful. Yeah. So these blocks, how big are they? Do you have any idea?
Block, as they told me, is about 15 tons weight.
15 tons! And
also,
of course,
very good because you can cut.
Yes.
You can cut very precisely. And they made all kind of furniture, stone furniture, tiles, everything.
Yes, this is a fantastic building rock, and it's very decorative as well. Absolutely. With the fiamme. So,
I like it.
So, and here is where we see some of the blocks, and here's the cut surface in the background. And the blocks get numbers. They're assessed for their quality, and then for their color and all of these things. And these are then moved up to the cutting tools, and then they are prepared for the customer.
And also at the top, you have the Plinian eruption, but instead of it welded, is pumice. It's airfall.
Yes, that's an airfall on top. That's right. So, and this must be the next Indianbrite then.
Could be another different.
Yes, I think so. And there
are at least 45 different Plinian eruptions in the last century. So imagine the island of Tenerife at that time. The eruptions were so violent that probably life couldn't subsist here in Tenerife.
Well, looking at the massive thickness of the ARICO Indianbrite, yes, there was not a lot left after the ARICO was deposited here.
And the last one, about 108,000 years ago, 108,000 years ago, yes, I am right, 80,000.
180.
So,
yeah.
Was the last one, fortunately, because it was a big, giant landslide, and the eruptive mechanism changes completely, and a volcano nested inside the landslide embayment started to grow, and now is the tape.
I see.
But fortunately, the violent Plinian stages were forever.
That was the Abrigo Indianbrite.
The Abrigo Indianbrite, that was
180,000 years ago, and after that there was only small explosions here on Tenerife.
And around the table.
And most of the historical eruptions are actually small fissure eruptions, basaltic, very similar to the one on La Palma.
Absolutely.
Which are of course devastating to our society, but on a geological scale they're rather small and comparatively harmless.
So we are living now in Tenerife in the best geological time possible.
That's why we're here, aren't we?
Exactly.
Well, let's hope it stays like this, and let's hope that there's no renewed activity that will impact the society and the settlements and the people of the island.
We can expect with the most probable eruption we can expect is again some basaltic strombolian fissural eruption similar to the one that has been happened now in La Palma.
And not one of these ginormous ignimbrite eruptions.
No.
I also think they're a thing of the past, but I think a lot of people get confused because Tenerife had the potential in the past for these giant eruptions.
But how you say, eruptive mechanism cannot change in a geological, in a human scale of time. Needs geological time, so this is hundreds of thousands.
And it needs a lot to build up magma of this volume as well. And we would see that at the surface. There would be unrest, there would be fumaroles, there would be earthquakes.
Yeah.
This would be a very clear thing. The ground would swell. An enormous eruption like this would give signals. There would be clear indications that this is building up.
Also in Gran Canaria was even worse, because in Gran Canaria this type of Plinian eruption, a caldera forming erosion, lasted several million years.
That's right. I mean, this was from about 14 million years to about 8 million years. There were several million years of repeated eruptions, and the repose period was between about 30 and 50, 60,000 years. So there was still quite some room for life to exist in between, but it had these episodic intervals of destruction. And I think this is very intriguing in terms of an evolution of life point of view.
So when people say that these are very paradisiac islands, depends. Now it's okay. But in the past, these islands have been ferocious geology. Have very, very dangerous violent explosion like St. Helens or like Pinatubo or whatever, but very continuous. Many of them.
So lucky us that we are picking the right spot now in time. So, Juan Carlos, thank you very much. This was great. And I guess we're going to have a look at the rest of the quarry now.
I hope you enjoyed that.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.